I picked this car up about 4 or 5 months ago, not realizing how big of a headache I was getting myself into at the time. But regardless, we jumped right into it and started attacking a bunch of the issues. We started by completely tearing down the interior, cleaning up a ton of the wiring that looks like it was done by Edward Scissorhands himself, replaced the old coilovers with some brand new ones, and then we quickly realized that this shell was just too far gone, too much rust, too much frame damage, too many electrical issues. So we started with a completely fresh base with fresh wiring that was in much better condition. We then swapped the engine and trans into the new shell, and with a ton of help from my buddy Morgan and his friends, the car was back and better than ever. Okay, we're good. And so that leads us to today. We need to take this car in for paint today, but first off, we gotta tackle some body work that has to be done. So we got one of my buddies over to help me out with that. Before starting on the bodywork, we needed to tear down some of the interior parts that could possibly catch fire, so we will be working with some heat. Once that was done and out of the way, my bodywork guy got to work. Stick around till later in the video. We're gonna tell you more about the first ever clothing drop, Symbol Clothing Co. And we got a super exciting giveaway going along with this first drop. Can't wait to show you guys. Stick around for more info later on in this video. Up next, I decided to tackle the front bumper. We needed to make some serious modifications to it to allow for the clearance of the big intercooler piping. If you don't have one of these multi-tools, these things cut through plastic better than anything that I've tried to use. So we're just using that to hack away some plastics so we can make this bumper fit. All we had to do to make some clearance was chop out a little bit of the bottom. Thankfully, we didn't have to go any big holes for the intercooler piping because I think that looks a little bit messy. I know the intercooler is not perfectly lined up, but that's the best that we could do. We're gonna take this thing over to the body shop, Mako, and they're gonna paint it up for us. Hopefully it comes out pretty decent. It's gonna be completely different when it comes back. Super stoked. Depending on who you ask, Mako might not be their first choice for a paint job, but for $1,100, they're gonna finish up this bodywork for us because we are on a time crunch and completely paint the whole car. That's a gamble I'm willing to take for this build. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the America's Body Shop, baby. So the Honda is here at Mako, getting ready to go in for some paint and some body work. Super stoked to see how this thing turns out. This is one of the last steps. The car is coming along really nicely. So you guys are gonna see this thing completely transform really fast on the exterior. We got it to run and drive good in the last episode, and now it's time to make it look the part. So the car is going in, it'll be back in about a week, so we'll update you when it gets back. What's up, guys? My Uber is about to show up, and he's gonna bring me over to Mako so that we can bring it back here to the shop. We're about to go see what the car looks like. I'm nervous, I'm excited. I hope this color came out as I was hoping. I hope you guys like the color because you had a huge part in picking it, and we'll talk about it more. But let's jump in the Uber. He just pulled up, so let's go see the Honda. Here we go. All right, we got the car, we got the keys. We're about to head back to the shop, and I'll show you guys the color then. This car looks good. It's interesting. I hope you guys like it because you guys are the ones that picked it. We had a poll on Instagram that said, choose the color most likes wins. And yeah, the color that won was something that I don't do very often, nor will I probably do again. We got a couple more things to finish up on this car, and we're gonna finish putting it together. But I'm not gonna put the wheels on in this video. I'm gonna save that for the finale. So let's jump in. We're gonna head back to the shop. I'll show you guys the color. Car is in the shop officially, and here is the new color for the EG Turbo Civic hatch. Woo-hoo-hoo! So this is the British Racing Green that you guys all voted on this Instagram post here. So you guys decided the color of this car, British Racing Green. I sent the Mako the color code for the British Racing Green. So this is probably the closest that they can get to a British Racing Green. I think that is pretty spot on. I think it looks pretty stinking good. It looks weird in some lightings, but I'm excited about it. It's definitely, like I said, it's not one of my first choices. I probably would have done something more neutral, a little bit more subtle, but I think this looks really good. It's definitely dirty. It needs a good wash. It's been sitting in the Mako yard for a couple days. Let me show you guys the body work that was on the other side that we were gonna tackle ourselves, but decided not to. Right there. You can't even tell. I mean, they did a great job with the metal work there and the Bondo. That came out awesome. This thing's coming along real nicely. So we're gonna swap out a couple more parts. We're gonna put a couple things on, and we're gonna start with these taillights right here. We got some new taillights going on that we had on the other car. So we're gonna swap these taillights for the other ones. I'll show you guys what that looks like.
It's a love-hate relationship working on older cars like this. They're much simpler to work on, but the parts have been exposed to the elements for longer periods of time, so if you're not careful, the parts could break on removal or installation. You can see here we're swapping out for the clear tails opposed to the yellow. I think that looks a lot cleaner against this British racing green.
Wanted to jump in and tell you more about our first ever actual clothing drop. This is drop number 1, and we're doing a super exciting giveaway. Every $1 you spend gets you 1 entry to win a full transformation kit for your vehicle. This includes wheels from Offsets, brand new set of coilovers from BC Coils, and vinyl wrap material to completely wrap your car from Vivid Vinyl. With these 3 mods, these are gonna completely transform your vehicle, and you guys will be set on your way to have a super exciting build. So go get entered, check out the new clothing designs that we just dropped. Super excited about this one. Every $1 gets you 1 entry. The link is in the description below. Click that now. It'll open up in a new browser. You can finish watching the video. You can check it out right after the video. Let's jump back into it.
Parts like these, headlights and taillights, are some of my favorite modifications. They're very easy, and they really upgrade the outside appearance of the car.
I'm super stoked on how these completely transformed the back end of this car. The white against the green looks a lot better than yellow against the green. So super stoked on how that turned out. Let's move on to the next thing. I'm realizing how dirty this thing actually is on the inside. So we're gonna vacuum it out, and then we're gonna throw the seats back in, try to put it back together as much as we can.
As you guys saw, we had the Mako finish the bodywork, so we're gonna put all this stuff back on. Don't need to worry about that anymore. When you're dealing with old clips too, you have to be careful. Make sure you go nice and light banging these things back in, because sometimes you cannot find these clips. Speaking from experience, you might want to take my advice on that.
Oh, dang you guys, the more I'm cleaning this thing up, the more I'm falling in love with this car. It is coming along super nicely. I'm really enjoying this color as I'm working on it. It's growing on me. I'm cleaning up these sills right here, gaskets around here, and all this crap that was all super dirty. I want to see if I can find a carpet. Let me know where you guys go to get your carpets for your cars. If you guys have one, let me know. Send me the link, and I'll grab a carpet for this, so that'll complete the interior. We're gonna clean up the rest of these jams here, and then we're gonna jump onto the side skirts here.
What we're using here is some all-purpose spray and a microfiber to clean these door jambs. These make a huge difference when you open the car. If they're dirty, you can always tell. So make sure you guys are cleaning your door jambs. I know these are bright red. The upcharge from Mako was $600 or $700 to do the door jambs, and I didn't want to do that because this is a budget build. What do you guys think? Are matching door jambs the end of the world for you? For me, it never really bothered me too much.
Now we're gonna install these side skirts here. So I got these clips here off of Amazon, the exact Honda clips. I was able to find them somehow. Let's throw these side skirts on and see how it looks. What is going on? These do not fit. Oh.
Turns out if you have the correct side, they actually do fit.
Side skirts are on. Looks really good. So now that we have the side skirts on, we're gonna unpack the bumper, and then we have those quick connect extendo pieces, whatever you want to call it. I can't think of the name. What the heck do you guys call those quick release bumper tab latches? We're gonna install those and hopefully get the bumper in.
as you saw, the Civic is coming along really nicely. We just got some wheels and a couple of things to button up, and this build is gonna be wrapped up here real soon. But until then, please be sure to go check out the new clothing drop. Super stoked on this giveaway. Guys, win a complete transformation kit for your vehicle. You're gonna be winning BC coilovers, brand new set of wheels from our buddies over at Offsets, and a vehicle wrap, the color of your choice from Vivid Vinyl. Every $1 you spent on simpleclothing.co is one entry, and I just appreciate your support as well, even if you don't care about getting entered. I hope you guys like the clothing designs that we dropped. Again, this is my first one, so I'd love some feedback, some criticism. Let me know what you guys think. I hope to do more drops like this and more giveaways like this. We can do bigger and better ones, hopefully for you guys soon, where maybe we can actually build a car for you guys and then give it away on the channel. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you sticking around. Cannot wait to show you how this thing turns out in the end. I'll see you guys in the next one.